Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Dr. Igor Schwartzman. Let's be honest, there are a lot more than 3 reasons as to why we don't listen to one another. But today I wanted to highlight 3 that might be worth considering as to why we really don't listen to one another. And that can apply to you as a teacher, as a doctor, as an executive coach, or a friend, or a child or a parent, or anyone for that matter, because when we don't listen, we lose connection with that other person. Imagine yourself going to a conference or a meeting or a gathering, and you look at the roster and you're so excited about being there because the topic of the conversation is fascinating. You look at the individual presentations and you're so excited. And here you are. The first speaker comes on and you're listening, and you, in the first 3 minutes of what they're saying, you are appalled. You can't believe that they're actually saying what they're saying. And you completely disagree with what they're saying, and all of a sudden you lost them, or they lost you, and you're gone. Your first thought is, how can I leave this presentation? What's the fastest route out? But they're still talking. Well, finally everybody's clapping and they are done, and you're just relieved. You take a break, you go to get some water, come back, and you're ready to finally listen to somebody else. Here's the second speaker, and the conversation, the topic of their conversation is fascinating. But here's the problem. They do not move, and they talk in a very monotone way. So they just lost you completely, because all they are is a talking head. There's no movement, nothing's happening. But the conversation that you are there to listen to is just so fascinating. You just can't stay awake because it's monotone. Or you have an opposite issue with the exact same topic, and let's say it's the same presentation, but the speaker is arrogant. They walk on stage and the first 3 things they say, you are taken aback. Wow. And the topic is fascinating, and what they're saying is actually good, but the problem is they're so arrogant, so overly confident that they lose you, because you can't stand that style of presentation. And of course, if you think back to your interactions with anyone else, someone who knows the answer to everything, or someone who has a comment for everything you have to say, it's a sign of know-it-all or arrogance. Or here's another style of presentation, a third presenter, and they are speaking their truth. They're passionate, they're sharing a lot of meaningful research, their methodology, they're brilliant. But the problem is you can't connect, and you're just you're participating in their presentation, but they lose you. And the reason they lost you is because you couldn't connect to what they were saying about why they were doing this particular research or this particular thing. And so, once again, you didn't listen. So you've got 3 presenters. Someone who's saying something, which is saying what they are all about, and you couldn't understand, or actually you just disagreed with, and you tuned out. Someone else, our second presenter, was how they were speaking, and you just could not get past that either monotone or arrogant presentation style. And the last one is you couldn't understand why they were doing what they were doing, and so you couldn't connect. So think about how you relate to people on a daily basis. Sometimes what the person is saying you can't understand or don't agree with, how they're speaking, or perhaps why they're doing what they're doing. Those are just 3 examples of reasons as to why we often don't listen to another. The basis of this, the principle of listening, is really that we have to practice. Whether we disagree with someone, or it's hard to listen to someone, or we don't quite understand why the other person is sharing their story, it takes practice. One thing that you can implement or try is listen to some music. 3 minutes. Time yourself. 3 minutes. You know, when you immerse yourself into that realm of sound, and you are there for all 180 seconds. Now try that with your spouse, your partner, your child, your boss, your employee, your friend. Try it. 3 minutes of pure and utter attention, because that's often what people require, is just a few minutes of your undivided attention. So practice makes your listening skills perfect. And until next time, be well, stay well, and I look forward to seeing you again.